Victorian Britain called itself the workshop of the world, which would not have been possible without the dock labourers.
Welcome to Literally Victorian with your host, Matthew Lee Henson.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matthew and I'm glad to have you with me once again. Now, during the Victorian era, ships arrived daily from every corner of the empire, loaded with tea, cotton, sugar, coal, timber and goods that fed a global economy. But cargo did not unload itself. Behind the wealth of the docks stood thousands of men whose labour was brutal, uncertain and often invisible. They were dock labourers, and their work powered the empire while offering them almost no security in return. By the mid-19th century, London's docks were among the busiest in the world. The river was thick with masts, warehouses towered over the waterfront, cargo moved constantly. Every crate, barrel and bale had to be lifted by hand. There were no forklifts, no cranes capable of replacing human strength on a large scale, only men. Dock work was not stable employment either. Each morning, hundreds of men gathered at the gates hoping to be chosen. Foremen picked workers on the spot. If selected, a man earned a day's wage. If not, he went hungry. This system was called casual labour. Competition was fierce. Men fought for positions. Some bribed foremen. Others waited all day for work that never came. Employment could vanish overnight. Dock labour was physically punishing. Workers carried enormous loads, sacks of grain, barrels of sugar, crates of tea, coal by the ton. And they worked in all weathers, rain, frost, suffocating heat. Accidents were of course constant. Crushed limbs, falling cargo, slips into the river, fatal injuries from unstable loads. A single misstep could end a man's ability to work forever. And without work, there was no safety net. Years of dock labour reshaped the human frame. Men developed permanent back injuries, worn joints, hernias, chronic exhaustion, lung damage from dust and coal. Most dock labourers aged quickly too. Many were physically broken by middle age. The job extracted strength and gave little back. The docks handled vast wealth. Goods passed through worth fortunes, yet the men unloading them lived in overcrowded slums nearby. This contrast defined Victorian industry. Empire above, poverty below. Dock labourers watched riches move past their hands daily, knowing almost none of it would ever reach them. By the late 19th century, desperation turned into organisation. In 1889, thousands of dock workers went on strike, demanding fair wages, regular employment and dignity. The strike paralysed the docks. Public sympathy grew, donations poured in to support the workers' families. After weeks of pressure, employers conceded. It was one of the first major victories of organised labour in Britain. Dock labourers had forced the empire to listen. The dock worker represents the engine of Victorian expansion. Empire did not run on speeches or maps, it ran on muscle. Every imported luxury, every exported product passed through human hands. The men at the docks were the hinge between Britain and the world, and without them, trade stopped. Victorian Britain celebrated power, industry and global reach. but its empire rested on men lifting cargo until their bodies failed. Dock labourers moved the wealth of nations while fighting daily for survival. They were not remembered in monuments or paintings, yet the empire they carried could not have stood without them. Thank you for watching, and until next time, please like and subscribe and help me to feel I'm doing something that people can appreciate. Bye for now.